Great. Share it. Okay. So these are the different section in the business case document. Okay. So not business case, I mean, general the enterprise analysis. So we discuss about business need, assess the gap, determine the solution approach, define solution scope, and finally the business case. With that, we finish the enterprise analysis. Next comes elicitation. What is elicitation? Okay, elicitation is about getting the requirements from your stakeholders. Yes. Okay, so before you start taking the stakeholders requirement, we talk about the planning stage. We discussed about planning, right? There's a planning stage. The planning stage is how do you plan to get the requirement from your stakeholder? Okay, and these are the steps. The first step is identify all the necessary stakeholders. Okay, whom you are going to talk, what information. That is the first point is whom you are going to talk. All the necessary stakeholders, you have to make a list. So those are the people you will have to speak and get information. The most appropriate activities related to the requirement process are performed given the project circumstances. What are the different activities that you need to perform? So we identify the activities like we will performing benchmarking. We will be benchmarking, of course, you don't need, or maybe sometimes you might need stakeholders. So we'll perform benchmarking with these stakeholders. We'll be performing brainstorming with these users. We'll be performing this with that. So you make the list, okay, the kind of activities that you'll be doing with stakeholders. So first point is identifying the people. Second point is identifying the task that you'll be doing. Okay, and these are some, similar to what we have discussed so far. Okay, different BA activities. Okay, now third point is you have to understand the work effort, the time that is required to execute those tasks. So step two, you have identified the task, but how much time those will take, right? So you have to identify for each task. Okay, and then it is not possible for one single BA to do all the tasks. Right? If there are the 20, it's 10 stakeholders and you have 10 activities, and if you start doing those 10 activities by yourself, it might take weeks and months, right? So instead, what we do is we identify other, BAs also, okay, so that tasks can be done in parallel. If there are two BAs working on a project, so both of you can do parallel tasks, right? So two activities can be done at the same time. So identify the other people, other BAs who will work with you and understand the activities that you will be performing. So clarity. So you have the clarity of the activities and effort, and now you assign it to different BAs. Okay, and we will talk about different, how do we assign based on the expertise, the interest area, etc., etc. We'll talk about it. But this point says that, okay, you need to make sure that everybody understands what we are doing and why we are doing. The BA, if it's a single BA or the BA team, if you have multiple BAs, can effectively monitor and react to requirements, challenges, and slippage. So when you start performing the analysis, if you might come across some challenge, right? Some problem, some slippage. So how do you handle it? Okay, that's what it's talking about. The tools, resources, requirements, contributors are available when required. Activities are scheduled. Changes are captured correctly and consistently. Change. So last point is about change. Everything else is about doing the elicitation. Change is what, when elicitation is done, then again customer will come back, stakeholder will come back and saying that, oh, we did that. That doesn't seems to be right. Let's change it. That's called change request. Change request means already something was planned, but now we will have to change something which is already planned. we call it change. If you're doing it for the first time, that is part of your elicitation. That is not called change. Yes. So quickly, somebody summarize what all things we have said we will do.
Like,
Yes, go ahead.
Like BA is need to collect or receive the requirements from the stakeholders, right? So we need before that we need to identify and properly represent the stakeholders during the requirement gathering, and also
Okay.
um, and also after gathering which activities need to perform, we need to perform it appropriately, and then coordinate with the project members to complete the project.
Okay.
The stakeholders need to be on a common thing, like to complete the project. Like one stakeholder, if the disagreements between the stakeholders, right, like the project will not be completed. So the stakeholder should be on a common thing, like common interest, and the BA team should react to the requirements, challenges, and slippage like as early as possible, and also which tools and resources are required to the contributors to schedule the activities. And whenever the changes occur, we need to capture them correctly and consistently.
Right. Okay. So identify the stakeholders, identify their task, identify the effort that is required, identify the people from your team who will work on it. Okay. And everybody has to be on the same page. Then, okay, monitor if everything is going as per plan or not. Right. You have already made some plan. And next slide, I think we talk about how to create the plan. Then make sure that there is no slippage. Everything is happening, okay, as per plan. And then you have, you need to also talk about the tools that you will need. Okay. Do you need any special tool? Do you need any access to any database or any kind of tool? Okay. And that you will identify here. And then finally, if there are changes, those needs to be captured correctly and consistently. Okay. So here we're talking about the roles for the project. Okay. So roles are divided into 4 parts. We have RACI, RACI matrix. People who are responsible for the work, accountable, right? Accountable is always one. For each of the tasks, you have to identify RACI metric. Okay. R for responsible, the person who is supposed to conduct the session. Okay. So if you are interviewing a stakeholder, you and stakeholder becomes responsible. If you are the head of the BA, you're also accountable. Okay, otherwise your BA manager is accountable. If something goes wrong, people will go to BA manager. Okay, so accountability is always lies with one person. Okay, responsibility can be with multiple people. For example, if you take about this training session, we all are responsible for this training, right? So if you all say that, we all decide tomorrow we will not have session, we will not have session tomorrow, correct? So as a team, we can decide, okay? But accountability is with Ram, right? So let's say if I stop taking session, you will approach Ram saying, what happened? Why is the session not happening? If you don't attend, I'll approach Ram saying, so he is the guy who is accountable for having this. So he may not be responsible, but he has the accountability, right? Now, if I have to ask for fees, I can't ask you, I have to ask him, right? So he is accountable. He's making sure that I get what I need and you get what you need. Okay. And that you have to do with all the activities. And then you have consultants. C are the people who are neither responsible nor accountable, but they are available to answer any question, right? So if you need to know when shall we finish this training, okay? So maybe your HR person whom you're talking to, consultancy, they might tell me, okay, Saurabh, you have to complete this before so and so because we are processing for interview. So those are people who we consult if you have any questions. So subject matter experts are mostly consultant only. Okay, they are there so that we go and we talk to them and get our doubt cleared. Okay, so for example, Google search is a consultant. If you have any question, we type and we get answer, and that's it. Okay? And finally, fourth one is the informed. Okay, so informed are generally senior managers, senior people who just need to know the information. Is the session going on well or not? Okay, okay. So maybe from a consultant, okay, they need to be informed. Okay, as long as session is going well, they don't care, right? If there's a concern, that's when they'll get involved. So as long as they see green, okay, they are not bothered, right? So there are people who needs to know the status. Doesn't need to know exactly what's happening, but overall, what is the status? So we need to create that RACI matrix. This is an example. Okay, for a process, you have executive sponsor. So executive sponsor is mostly consultant. Okay, if you have any question, what is the objective? What should we do? Okay, how should we proceed? All those information will be handled by the sponsor. Business analyst is responsible for conducting the sessions, right? So you have BA who's responsible. Project manager or a BA manager who is accountable, whoever is responsible for executing the entire thing correctly or on time within the budget. Okay, so it could be project manager, it could be BA manager, it could be BA also. So that person is accountable for conducting the session. Okay. Then you have software developer. Okay. So now let's say if you get any doubt in terms of, is this something possible or not, or how much time will it take? Then you will go and talk to developer. Developer say, yes, it is possible, we'll do it. Okay, so you will go back and you say to the customer, yes, you'll do it. So the developer is not responsible for, for the successful execution of the process or illustration, but that person will answer any question that you have. Okay. Quality assurance analyst and trainers, they need to be informed. Can you guess why they need to be informed?
About the work.
About the illustration, what is happening in the illustration? Why should they be informed? See, trainers are responsible for training the team, right? So they need to know what is the status of the project, when will it get completed, because based on that, the training department, training team will plan the training. Okay, now if as per your plan, if the handover, okay, the user acceptance testing is happening in September, as a trainer, you cannot schedule a class in August or July. It has to happen after the handover is done, isn't it? That's why they need to know the status, what is happening, when is that, all those things. And same thing with QA, okay, because they need to test it. So they will keep track of the timing. Okay, it's done, now it is in the development phase. Now I have to create my own document. I have to get ready for testing. So they are informed what is happening. Is the project moving faster, slower? So that they will plan their work accordingly. Then you have application architect. There again, the the senior developer kind of, okay, they can design the architecture of the solution. Database application, data modeler. These are all database experts, and they infrastructure analysts, right? Infrastructure expert, and they're all because if you have any question related to database, you'll go to them. If they have any question related to the infrastructure like setup, cloud, internet, networking, okay, security, you'll go to this infrastructure analyst. Business architect, Okay, in a senior BA, that person is responsible. You have information architect. Okay, that person is also developer and consultant. Solution owner is also consultant. End user is informed, right? The end user needs to know when the product will be implemented. That's what they care about, right? So they are informed. They know that, okay, new system will be implemented in September, and old system will be used till December. So that kind of information they need to know, have. Okay, and then SMEs, again, I said they are consultant. Okay, and other stakeholders will vary RCI. Okay, not A. If you fix someone as A, okay, that A will remain same for the process. You cannot keep changing, or you cannot have more than one accountable person. If the two people accountable, then definitely what will happen, if there is a failure, one will start putting blame on other, right? You did it, no, you did it, right? That's why accountable is always one person. If success, that person will get credit. If failure, that person will get the credit for failure also. Yes?
Yeah.
So we got less than a minute, so we'll stop here. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow from here. Okay, and day after we'll have the interview, mock interview.
Okay.
Okay, then yeah, I give you almost half an hour back to you. Enjoy your day, prepare well, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Good day to three of you.